I forgot to add myself to the stream. Yay! Happy Friday, everybody, or happy Good Friday. I hope everyone's well. So a quick session today. This is the weekly Q&A that I've been hosting over the past 3 or 4 weeks regarding podcasting and kind of just sharing thoughts and insights and all that type of stuff. So this week's been interesting in terms of the conversations I've had with clients. I'm extremely fortunate to be able to work and support some amazing clients. And this week's been excellent in terms of the conversations I've had. So I know that previously we spoke about how you can leverage podcasting to help with employee engagement. And naively, I just thought you could do it from a performance standpoint, right? So you could, in theory, just do one on a Monday and one on a Friday in terms of how you go in, what your updates are, etc., etc. But meeting with a client this week kind of really opened my eyes, which is poor from my perspective, but also great the fact that I'm learning as I'm going along, that it doesn't just need to be on a Monday or a Friday, right? And it doesn't need to be performance related. It could be anything related in terms of employee engagement. So the things that we spoke about where, yes, you can do your performance updates. Yes, you can do your hints and tips from a sales perspective. Any perspective, but in this scenario, we were talking about sales. And then it kind of went off on a different direction. So we then spoke about, you could do podcasting for wellness or for a book club or for what was the other thing we spoke about? Cooking, right? So just imagine you could speak to your employees more or less every day on different subjects, right? Because whether you like it or not all your employees are going to be that bothered. And I know it's a horrible thing to say, right? But it's true. Not everybody's going to be that bothered about the company performance. So you need to engage with them on a different level. So we were talking about such things as cookery, book clubs, wellness. What was the other thing? Fitness. Just kind of a whole disperse. I don't even know if disperse is the right word, to be honest with you, but a whole different type of way of engaging with your employees on a daily basis, right? So it doesn't always have to be the town hall or a weekly update or a motivational speech. It could be anything, because you're dealing with different employees, different people who have different interests. So just imagine how powerful it is to do a podcast about books, about wellness. But the one that really appealed to me, funnily enough, and I'm not the best cook at all, but the one that appealed to me was a cookery one. Just imagine how powerful it would be to do a cookery podcast for your employees, right? Where you can say, so for example, we're going to make spaghetti bolognese because that's about the only dish I know how to make. But just imagine, right, so now put the spaghetti on for 10 minutes, pause the podcast and go and listen to some tunes and come back. Right? It's just a real unique way of engaging with your frontline employees. In fact, it doesn't have to be frontline. It could be any line, right? Any level of employees. It's such it's such a different way of doing things. So I thought that was really, really unique, and I'm looking forward to having further conversations with this client because they get it, right? These guys understand it completely, and it's just wonderful to be able to have those conversations with a client when they go, "Oh, I get it. Oh, no, I get it again. Oh, I really get it." It's just been a great experience for me. So kudos to that client. I actually had another conversation with a previous podcast guest who was on the Fireside Chats one this week, and this guy is wonderful. He's based in the US and he's an author, and he all about customer experience. But he's one of these guys who is completely down to earth. There's no airs and graces about him, but he's super talented, and he offers support and he offers insights free of charge. And I was extremely fortunate to have a 30-minute conversation with him about podcasting, and he reached out to me in terms of what we're trying to do here at the Podcast Coach, and he loves it. He thinks it's a wonderful idea. So I'm obviously doing something right. But what he said was, yes, we spoke about lead generation in terms of podcasting, right? So your company becomes the company that customers and potential customers want to do businesses rather than should do business with, right? And then we've spoken about employee engagement, and we've also spoken about how it can benefit from a recruitment standpoint, right? Where a CV is just flat, it's one dimensional. Just imagine how powerful it would be to get a 5-minute podcast or a recording from a potential client. Because as we've spoken about, when you look at director level and above, majority of cases, people who are applying for those positions have more or less the same experience. And when it comes to larger organizations, you're looking at a cultural fit, and just having that 5-minute audio, or you can do audio and visual, right? Representation of that person. It just means you're looking for more of a cultural fit, and it just saves you a lot of time, which he agreed with. But the one thing that I hadn't thought of, and this is wonderful. This is a wonderful idea. Is there's in most companies, I can't say all, but in most companies, there's a guidebook, right, in terms of what the processes and procedures are. How you handle a certain topic or how you go about certain things. Imagine moving that away from a written word to an audio recording, where people can pick and choose which part they listen to that is relevant to them, and they can keep referring to that, right? It's a game changer in terms of the way that you can leverage the power of podcasting. I actually read an article this week. There's an entrepreneur from the UK called Rob Moore, Moore. He's moving all his written word to audio. And I think from 2030, is it Amazon? I may be wrong, right? But there's a publishing house that are only going to publish audio. They're not going to publish the written word, which is again a game changer for people in the audio space. It's just a game changer in the way that you can do business and engage with people and get your message out there, right? So we've spoken about recruitment, we've spoken about lead generation, we've spoken about employee engagement. You can now add a fourth tier to that, which is moving your manuals or guidelines or whatever you want to call them from a written platform to a audio platform. It's just a different way of doing things, right? It's I don't want to bore you too much, but it's just a game changer. I'm sure I bore you every day anyway when I do these things, but it's just the way that I see things, right? The way that I see kind of the way that the world is changing. Gary Vaynerchuk spoke 5 years ago, something like that, about how audio is going to play a larger role in what we do in the working environment. And that guy really knows his stuff. It's just, audio is just different. It's just a game changer in the way that it just frees people up. Hang on, I've just got notification. I don't get notifications, so this is great. Oh, it's just me going live. I told you, I don't get notifications. So look, I know it's Good Friday, so I won't go on for the normal 20 minutes today. I just really wanted to make sure that I was consistent in terms of speaking to you guys and sharing insights and doing all that type of stuff. So yeah, I think so as I mentioned, the client that I'm working with, they understand it, they get it, they completely understand the power of the audio versus kind of the written word and emails and visual, right? It's just a great place to be right now. But yeah, as I said, look, it's Good Friday. I'm sure you guys have a lot more enjoyable things to do than just listen to me for 20 minutes. So I'll only go 10 minutes today. But listen, have a wonderful Easter. I hope everybody's well, and yeah, enjoy if you're lucky enough, enjoy the time off work. All right, guys, take care. All the best, and please get in touch. My hashtag is along there. There we go. But yeah, all right. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. All the best. Bye.